I'm going to cover all the different textbooks which are available for study for first years in detail. I've split this into basically your daily reading books and your reference books and few lesser known books in India. So it would be very nice if you know all the different options available to you. You could pick whichever book you like. I've gone through most of these books. It's not like I've read each and every page of them, but I've touched upon these books and know which book is strong at which part. So I'll try to give all that information in this video. So first of all, this is the overview. We'll start with anatomy. So your daily reading options are Vishram Singh, Snell's Clinical Anatomy, Gray's Anatomy for Students. These two are lesser known options, R.J. Last Anatomy and Grant's Anatomy. It's been a long time since these two books are updated, and if you're going to go through them, it will be little old version. There won't be very catchy pictures and all. So I wouldn't suggest you to go through these two books. But Vishram Singh is your ideal choice, which I personally use for more than 70% of my studying in my first year. It has very good pictures which will help you uh, uh, imagine how the structure would be, and it is a very excellent book for exams, because everything given in that book is given topic wise with headings and subheadings and things like that. That is not ideally a way to study, but it's very useful. And Snell's clinical anatomy was very useful in understanding anatomy as a whole, and the pictures were much better, but it was a little tougher to read because it had a little bit more complicated language, and they condensed a lot of information in a few lines. So this is a better option than Vishram Singh, but still something which you should know. Finally, Gray's Anatomy. The visuals are just beautiful. They help you understand the human body, and you can visualize everything, but it won't help you retain all that information. So I would say Snell's Clinical Anatomy would be a best daily reading to get both knowledge and exam oriented stuff. If you want get to good marks and gold medal and distinction and stuff, you can go with Vishram Singh. And if you want to learn anatomy and you don't worry about your marks, you can take up Gray's Anatomy. So, and these two, if you're really interested in them, you can download them and see what they're about. So next, your reference book. The gold standard reference for anatomy is Gray's Anatomy. Okay, so you don't need any other reference book other than this Gray's Anatomy International Edition. I'm guessing it's in the 55th edition or 51st. I'm not very sure. So that will give you everything related to anatomy in just one book. Your embryology, histology, everything in one book. Okay, so should be your ideal reference book. And you're going to need a atlas. Atlas will have very extensively drawn pictures which are very beautiful to look at and labeled. So Netter's Atlas is what is used prevalently in India, but there are a few other good atlases. Like I myself used Clinical Anatomy Atlas, which was I'm not sure who the author was. So what special about this atlas was they didn't draw the pictures, they took photos of actual cadavers and marked them. So it was very helpful for me. I didn't like Netter's Atlas because it was too artistic and not realistic. Clinical Anatomy Atlas was very real, that is, they took real photos. So I loved that, and I had my Gray's Anatomy International version. And reference books always try to get a PDF, okay, because they're going to be very expensive. Every reference book is going to be more than 5,000 rupees. So it's not worth it because you're not going to use it daily, or you can always refer it at your library. So but you need to be able to access these books if you want to gain, if you have any doubts or so. Moving on to physiology, your daily reading options are GK Paul, Sembulingam, and Constanzo. I would say stay away from GK Paul and Sembulingam because physiology is one of the most basic subjects which make you understand medicine. Constanzo, it's a very beautiful book which is designed for USMLE studying. But what I like most about it is it's very simple in its language and has good diagrams for me to understand concepts. It doesn't have points which I need to write for exams. I need to understand those concepts, take it and explain it in my own way for my exam. So it's not going to help you for your exams, but it's an amazing book to understand physiology, and I love that book. I have a good copy of that book always around. And your reference books are Guyton. I hate Guyton because they'll tell a story for about 8 9 pages, say about concentration mechanism of urine. Okay, so countercurrent mechanism of kidneys. They'll speak about it for about 2 3 pages, and finally they'll tell a line that the mechanism is not really known. I would be like, I studied all of this only to know it's not clearly known. So I don't like Guyton. Genong is too concise and the language is too complicated. So if you are ready to take it up as a challenge, well and good. But Genong prepares you for books like Robbins Pathology. So I would suggest, if you are adventurous enough, take it up and read it. You'll find it very, very, very demanding. So next would be a Burn and Levy. This is a very uncommon book, and it's every person who prepares for a quiz would be exposed to this book. Uh, Not much to say about it. Good information, complicated, less complicated than Genon, but it's good. Okay, and this is the ultimate book which was suggested to me by a professor, which I still use for reference. It's very, very good. It's 100 times better than Guyton, and I love this book. It's Boron and Ballpap. Not many people know about this book, but it's very, very, very good. Very, very, very extensive. About 3,000 to 4,000 pages. So very, very, very useful reference book. And all these other reference books are for special systems. So this Boron and Ballpap is for 4,000 for all of physiology. But Brenner and Rector is 3,000 to 4,000 pages only for kidney. Bradley neurology, same for neurology, and Schlesinger is for GIT. So it just says that how much ever you study, there's more to study when it comes to medicine. So I wouldn't suggest you pick up any of these books. Pick up Boron and Ballpap. And moving on to biochemistry, your daily reading books are Vasudevan, Lippincott, and Satyanarayana. I would say to pick up Lippincott. It's a standard book. DM Vasudevan is purely exam oriented. Helps you go through your internals, cruise. You'll cruise through the internals. It'll be very helpful for your university exam preparations. But you won't learn actual biochemistry. So Lippincott would be good. But if you only for biochemistry, you could pick up Harper and actually start preparing from it. Yeah, I found it very useful, and I love this book. So this book gives you all very extensive information. Once you read it and understand it, you will find biochemistry very, 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 very easy. So these are other books which you can consider. Teach Trier Fundamentals of Biochemistry. I found them more demanding and more. They had very extensive information compared to Harper. Even though Harper is a reference book, I could take it up as a daily reading book, and it really helped me understand biochemistry a lot. So these are all your books available for your anatomy, physiology, and biochemistry. So I would personally suggest pick up Snell's Anatomy along with Clinical Anatomy Atlas, and your histology. You need an atlas called DFIORS. Okay, DFIOR Atlas for histology would be very useful. Your anatomy professors will be very pleased with your diagrams, and personally I struggled a lot with that. So, and then for physiology, pick up Constanzo Physiology along with Boron Ballpap, and finally for biochemistry, just pick up Harper. That would be sufficient. And I would strongly suggest that you download the PDFs, go through them for a month, and see which book you like. Okay, then you can put in the money of about 1,000 or 2,000 or 5,000 rupees and get the book. So don't buy the book and then not use it. Download the PDF, go through it, spend some time with it, see if you like it, see if you like the language, the text. I personally like big text with lots of diagrams. So my suggestions would be in those terms. But you can always figure out which book you like and read from that. And always know that you'll have lots to study and pick up from each of the book. There's nothing called a bad book in medicine. It's just that what you learn from the book. So thank you, and please do share this video, like and comment and subscribe.